there has been a serious clash between the leader of opposition, that is Mmusi Mayimane, who happens also to be a member of parliament in South Africa, when Mmusi Mayimane highlighted to the institutions in South Africa that the person of interest was in Sandton, South Africa, after Wicknell Chivayo posted supporting Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 of 2026. It appeared Wicknell Chivayo did not take this lightly. He tried to fight back. It's a war on social media. I can attest to you. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hloniphani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So it began with Mmusi Mayimane taking the South African Police Service and Reserve Bank, saying, I am informed that the person of interest, Wicknell Chivayo, is currently in South Africa. Time to arrest him ASAP. This is the same chap who was meeting with Cyril Ramaphosa on the Idi Mnangagwa farm and is linked to money laundering. Now, quickly, let me, before I actually, I want to see how people commented. Dexter Nduna is a ZANU PF chap. He says, arrest him for your own insanity because SA has nothing against our billionaire. Stop the money starts to put liquor. And then, as soon as possible, I mean, I think it not as soon as possible, it took more hours. At night, I think this troubled Wicknell Chivayo. He had to respond and wrote the following: the typical failed opposition politician syndrome. I don't know how Mmusi Mayimane is a failed politician when he's a member of parliament. What is a successful politician, by the way? And by the way, to Wicknell Chivayo, to the world of Wicknell Chivayo, an accomplished politician is someone who rigs the election, intimidate people, is a tsotsi kind of a politician. So he writes the following. He says, there is something manifestly common among failed opposition politicians, particularly in in Africa. They assume they know it all and think their shallow opinion of either the ruling party or those who support it is a gospel of truth. They are mostly trapped in egocentric foolishness and arrogant stupidity, but perhaps one has to forgive them because they have only one preoccupation, being in opposition. The above typically describes this useless young man who used to lead the Democratic Alliance but admitted to a monumental failure in leadership when he unceremoniously resigned after failing to oppose with others. He is now so fond of me. A week rarely passes without him being so indignant towards me or recycling the old, tired, and empty allegations that I am a wanted criminal in South Africa. Quite pathetic. If it suits you, I'll repeat that it is already on public record. I'm not wanted in South Africa. In fact, I am not wanted in any jurisdiction in the world. I have no pending criminal case here or anywhere else. The Interpol is on record stating this, and it is not up to you to frog much any authority to cause my arrest when the only crime I have committed is being a successful businessman who supports revolutionary parties such as the ANC and ZANU PF. Yes, indeed. I'm actually in South Africa, and the law allows me to freely travel in and out of this country as and when I please. Who are you to question my presence in an African country as if I am an illegal immigrant? Are you a social media border patrol officer or a failed politician begging to revive political relevance after disgraceful rejection by DA? I have no reason to fear being in South Africa. That's why I freely post whenever I travel here in my Gulfstream G550. Its registration is known. My itinerary is disclosed at least 48 hours in advance in order to obtain a landing permit. I don't sneak into South Africa. I use the formal immigration channel, which is representation of the SAPS and other sophisticated intelligence authorities. I freely land at airports or Tambo or Lanseria or Durban or Cape Town in the full glare of the BMA and SAPS immigration intelligence services. If indeed I was a person of interest, as you like to allege, would it not be easier to get me arrested as soon as I present my passport at the immigration desk? Even someone with half brain should know better and judge for themselves that this social media alabalu carries no merit at all. Mmusi Mayimane had to respond also. There is something that he wrote. In fact, he said, "What are you doing in South Africa, you Tsotsi? Are you not a person of interest? You are one of the people who destroyed and looted Zimbabwe, and now South Africans are paying the price. You have literally eaten everything in Zimbabwe." Let me see, he responded with quite a lengthy again response, which shows that it wasn't sitting well on Wicknell Chivayo. He responded and says, "Take note, I'm well aware that only hated and victimized by hopeless individuals like yourself, best described as petty politicians, who are now a pale image of their former glory, and who cannot fathom the fact that a young black African can be granted audience by multiple powerful presidents in Africa, something you will never be able to do in your whole political lifetime. You are hooked on the typical African syndrome that when an African becomes a billionaire, they are a criminal, or as you prefer calling me, a Tsotsi. You are ideologically and philosophically shallow, and you should consider to spare some time to understand my successful business empire in many different countries before treating things that make us question your basic qualifications, let alone your foreign IQ, your feigned IQ. I never will lose sleep over your nonsensical diatribes, informed mostly by ignorance. Here is a legal advice, my brother. But this fool, he posted at night, in the early hours of today, which means he did not sleep. He says he will not lose the sleep. Writing these lengthy statements and posting them at night shows that somehow he lost some sleep. One, do not allow your extreme resentment or corrosive envy and obsession over my lifestyle to cloud your judgment. Accept the fact that in Zimbabwe, as my constitutional right, I will only ever be part of and support the Revolutionary Party ZANU-PF3. I am an unapologetic and very successful businessman of unquestionable integrity and international repute, who has worked hard timelessly to get where I am. For I therefore continue to travel as frequently as I want, using my personally owned and fully paid for private jet. So I do not require your permission whatsoever to enter South Africa now or in the future. As I prepare to fly out to meet with other heads of state or pursue other meaningful business engagements, I can only remember you as a political amateur and desperate trying to remain irrelevant and justifiable, attacking me for being successful and black. Have some shame and please be guided accordingly. So it shows the length of statements that Wicknell Chivayo is busy writing. They show beyond reasonable doubt that the man was highly punched by Mmusi Mayimane. Mmusi Mayimane just writing very short and precisely calling him a tsotsi, as he is a tsotsi. He is responding in such a manner using lengthy statements because he knows that he is indeed a tsotsi. I mean, when the day of reckoning eventually knocks his door, he is one of the individuals who will feel shame for him. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Is signing off. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other